Yeah, Chris, I remember after Game 5, you were talking about the significance of Game 6 and saying that you could use the rest, essentially saying if you guys got the win, that you could get some time off. What's those 3 days been like? I know you've obviously been practicing and working, but having the 3 days in between games, how's that benefited you?
It's been good. I think it's been good for everybody. Just try to refresh and get ready for this series. We know this is gonna be a tough one.
Wanted to ask, just looking at Denver's backcourt. I mean, Jamal Murray obviously is hurt. They've had Gary Harris before, but obviously he's not there. But the guys they do have, Austin Campazzo, Monte Morris, who is tight with you. Just maybe speak to that relationship you have with Monte and how you've seen him grow as a player.
Man, Tay, shoot, all of them. It's hard to replace somebody as good as Maul, but I think they do it by committee. And I didn't know Tay for a while now. We work out together during the summer, and he's just a guy that plays the right way. Um, can shoot it, can score it, can pass it. Just not going to turn the ball over. Somebody's going to be in this league for a long time that just knows the game. And Campazzo, you can see, you know, how long he's been playing and the comfort level he has now with Denver. They trust him as they should. He plays hard. He competes every possession. And AR, I had a chance to play with him in LA and Houston. So to see him playing as well as he is and to see how he's embraced the situation has been really dope to see.
Next, we'll go to Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports, followed by Nick King.
Hey, Chris, it's a big challenge for DeAndre with the matchup with Nikola, but he fared very well against the Lakers in the last series. Just what'd you see from him in terms of growth moments in his first playoff series and the challenge ahead for him with guarding Jokic?
And DA is what I think a lot of people don't realize about him is how competitive he is. He goes into every game, every matchup or whatnot, ready to accept the challenge. And I think that's big for us, big for our team. And we know how good Jokic is and how well he plays, but DA is just as important for our team.
Next up is Nick King with Channel 3, Channel 5, followed by Anthony Slater.
Hey, Chris, what do you make of all the new blood in the West, or in on both sides, really? I think the stat is that none of the four teams left in the West have ever won the title, and in the East, the Sixers were the last team in 1983.
Yeah, it's kind of dope to see. 16 years I've been in the league, you haven't seen anything like this. So it is what it is. Everybody's out here competing. Everybody's trying to take their team somewhere that they haven't been. So.
Next up is Anthony Slater with The Athletic, followed by Paul Richardson.
Yeah, Chris, you kind of revealed during the last round that you had been talking to Kyle Lowry a little bit about that shoulder thing that he went through. I was just wondering what he maybe told you about getting through that injury and playing with it.
Kyle, when Kyle had it, he took like 4 or 5 days off of doing nothing, and so obviously I don't have that luxury because we're playing or not, but it's cool to talk to Kyle through it, even through recovery, all this different type of stuff. We been real close over the years, so it's cool to be able to have a guy to bounce things off of.
Final two questions are going to be Paul Richardson with the Sports Cave and Dwayne Rankin.
Chris, you talked about DA and his competitiveness against Nikola, but Nikola does stuff differently. Like he's a different big man. He'll look up, he'll be running point, he'll be on a wing, he'll be down low, he'll be shooting threes. As a team, how do you pay attention to him? Because he can just do so much from that position.
It's tough. You got to guard him by committee. It's not going to be on DA by itself. I got a chance to know Jokic really well at the All-Star game last year. And real good guy, first and foremost, who's real funny, but hooping-wise, he can do everything. He can shoot, he can pass, he does everything, and you see this is why the team has been able to, continue to succeed even without Jamal. It's going to be by committee.
Final question is Dwayne Rankin.
I wanted just to follow up with Monte in the sense of when you work with guys, whether it's with your camp or just working out with guys, and then in the season comes, you see some of your game in their game. Okay, that's a shot I shoot, or that's a play I make. What does that do for you personally to see that?
Don't feel too good if it's beating you, but it's relationships, man. It was a few years ago. I think Coach Malone, Mike Malone, had hit me after the season and talked to me. And, Tay, Jamal, Gary, a few of them came out, worked out with me. And Mike Malone is, man, one of my favorite coaches my entire career in this league. We always talk about me playing for Monty 10 years ago. Mike was on that coaching staff. He was my assistant coach. Every night I was watching games, we'd be texting or calling each other, like saying, oh, they're going to run this play, they're going to run this play, or whatnot. So the reason why that team is the way it is, I think, has a lot to do with him. I think teams take on the personality of the coach. Mike has always been that